In this episode, I'm sharing one of my favorite mantras that has become a way of life. If you give yourself permission to stop thinking of it as some cliche sentence, it can literally transform everything. You ready? Let's go. Hello, you are listening to the Love Your Life as a Performer podcast. I'm Kelly Youngman, and I am the life coach for performers. I help actors, singers, and dancers love themselves and their lives way more. So keep listening to learn how you can love your life both on and off the stage. Hello, and welcome back to episode 18 of the Love Your Life as a Performer podcast. So, I feel like so much has happened. I want to give you a fun little update before we jump into today's episode. I can finally announce to the world that I became an auntie. I am an aunt, and my nephew was born now like a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how much time has passed, but I finally got to meet him in person, and he is so freaking cute and so small and so cute. And did you know that babies are born with little baby fingernails? What in the world? Okay. The other thing that I just think is really fun and actually is going to lead into today's episode is just that I had an amazing dentist appointment. And what I want to share is that years ago, a dentist told me that I was going to need to, this is very transparent, but a dentist told me I was going to need to like get my tooth extracted and get an implant. And it was like very dramatic and very like, oh shit, this is like expensive. It's a lot. And it just felt very scary in the moment. And I did not get that done. I was like, oh geez, it just felt like, I don't know. There was something that just didn't feel like, okay, I need to do this now, right? And looking back, it's like, holy crap. Thank goodness I trusted myself. Because recently I went to the dentist and I didn't realize how much of an energy leak this was for me. But it felt so good to go to the dentist and to really take care of myself. And they told me that my tooth is perfectly good and healthy and that I have great teeth and that nothing needs to be extracted at all, right? They were like, your tooth is a little, the crown or whatever they call it needs to be replaced. But like the tooth itself is perfectly healthy and normal. And yeah, like no implant necessary. You're totally young and healthy and your tooth is great. And I was like, what in the world? Okay. I'm not going to call any dentists out here on this episode. But what I will say is that to me, this was just the perfect evidence of trusting that things are always working out for you and you can trust yourself. You can always trust yourself. And, you know, there's a reason why I didn't take action then. And there was no way I could have known that now. And I just think it's also hilarious that I've been believing that like my tooth is in danger for like 2 years. It's caused me a lot of anxiety and stress that was like totally unnecessary, thinking that my tooth is just going to fall out one day. And had I taken care of the things that needed taking care of, right? Like, I don't know. I think you just get to trust that things are happening when they're supposed to. Because actually now that I'm telling this story, I do think I went for a second opinion and even they were going to send me to go get this tooth extracted. So I don't know what kind of voodoo beliefs I've been creating in my brain of like, this tooth is healthy, my body's healthy, my body's resilient, but no tooth extraction needed. Okay. So I have like 5 different podcasts swirling around in my head at once. But what I think is coming to the surface as the most important thing is like really trusting that things are working out for you. Okay. I know this sounds like one of those cliche things. And what if it's true? Okay. I want you to consider the power of believing and actively looking for the way that things are always working out for you. And I mean literally always working out for you, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it feels like life is falling apart, even when you are going through the hardest, most confusing time of your life. That life is still happening for you and that you can trust it's going to work out for you in the end. And the benefit of creating this belief and creating this bias, this positive bias for your own brain, is that you're going to then find all the evidence for why this is true. Okay? And here's the thing, this is the absolute truth. And when you use this in your favor, you will start seeing that truly everything is adding up and unfolding in perfect freaking timing. When you lean back and trust it, you can know that it literally is happening for you. And so I'm just curious to know, because I did this experiment over the weekend, and honestly, it blew my freaking mind, right? When I literally just decided, and some of you might have seen it on my Instagram story, but I was talking about I literally created one intention for myself to prove and find all the ways that things were working out for me. And the power of doing this is that every time you notice it, you feel good, you celebrate, you witness it, and you find the vibration of appreciation, which then allows you to keep attracting more and more of it, right? If you listen to this podcast, you already know law of attraction is always bringing you more of what you are focusing on, right? And this is the perfect way to amplify and reconnect and plug into the vibration of having everything you want, right? The vibration of allowing and receiving all that you've been asking for. So literally, I'm going to share this example, but I literally started the day with the intention of things are always working out for me. I'm just going to find the ways that this is true. So I love my clients. And there's sometimes when I make a coffee run a little too close to my call. And I know I can make it because I know the exact timing and distance and all the things. And it just feels a little peppier in my step when I have to do that, right? And so I just started the day with things are always working out for me, right? Breathing into things are always working out for me. On my way to the coffee shop, literally my client texts me and it's like, hey, I'm running a few minutes behind. Not a problem at all, right? Great. Now I have an extra 10 minutes to really take my time and feel so luxurious in the journey, right? Boom. Then I feel like there was just so many other things that day that went magical, but me reaffirming things are always working out for me in that moment created the space to receive more, right? I got to the coffee shop. Oh yeah, this is what it was. I got to the coffee shop and my coffee, I had a little juice shot and my blueberry vegan muffin. I'm not vegan, but the muffins are always vegan. They were all free because I had points. Yay, things are always working out for me. Okay. Then my train was delayed. Perfect. Things are always working out for me, right? I was going to Philly to go see one of my former clients in her show and to see a best friend of mine and just really trusting that things are always working out for me. The delay actually was perfect because then I didn't have a long gap between my train and the show starting. So it was the perfect amount of time for me to go get a delicious meal, right? Things are always working out for me. The restaurant that I was originally trying to go to was a little full. No big deal. Things are always working out for me. I ended up going to another restaurant that was fantastic. Amazing. Things are always working out for me. Go to the show, have a great seat. Things are always working out for me. See my client. Things are always working out for me. See my best friend. Things are always working out for me, right? When you stay in that frequency, you attract and create more of what you do want. You know what else happened while I was in this energy of ooh, things are always working out for me. It's so magical. Someone, air quote, out of the blue, reached out to schedule a consultation, a new client, right? Things are always working out for me. It's like, I want you to imagine what would change if through every point of your day, you were just looking for the small ways that the universe is already showing you that it's on your side, right? It's like, oh, no traffic today. Things are working out for me. I have to tell you, this literally carried on through the whole entire weekend. Even on my way back from Philly, it was like things are always working out for me. Even going to Jersey, seeing my nephew, like it's crazy. Things are always working out for me. Dentist, things are always working out for me. That's when you start waltzing through the world. Like I tell my clients, like flying down the street with like rainbows and sunshine and sparkles coming out of your butthole because you just feel like, oh my God, I can't believe life is this freaking good, right? And like this happens for me too when I like get on trains and it's like, oh, it like says there shouldn't be a subway, but now there's like some magical subway here and I don't have to wait. It just is ready in here waiting for me, right? Like one of my favorite beliefs I ever created. For anyone in New York, take this on, try it on, that trains are always right there. I'm a magnet for trains. I never have to wait. The subway is always there and waiting for me. Me and the MTA are BFFs. Okay? So again, I want you to think about the energy of things are always working out for me versus when you're in the space of like, fuck, what I want isn't here yet. I'm still waiting. Now I'm impatient and everything is out of my control, right? When you stay in the energy of things are always working out for me, it also creates the vibration of welcoming it in and focusing on the energy of having what you do want, right? It instantly narrows your focus and brings you back to what is working. And when you're focused on what is working, you can attract and create more of what is working, right? Like I'm literally even thinking of like random things where like a client last minute needed to move their call. So then it opened up space for this other person to have a call, right? It's just like you can trust that things are working out for you. Even the hard stuff, right? The growth, the magic, the processing, literally all of it is just unfolding in perfect timing. So because I also know that last episode was a little lengthy, I'm going to keep this one short today, short and sweet. I want you to find all of the ways. I don't know. I think because I spent some extra time in Jersey, my Jersey's coming out, all of the ways, New York, Jersey, all of it. But I want you to find all of the ways that things are always working out for you. Even if it's like, you know what? I woke up today on time. Things are working out for me. Ooh, the shower, like the water is so freaking hot. Things are working out for me, right? Like you don't have to have magical shit happening. And when you start aligning to seeing and witnessing all the things that are working out for you, that's when the magical shit will happen. That's when you're like, oh my gosh, like, oh, I didn't even remember this one, but like I got a free juice. I like stopped in Juice Press or Pressed, one of the juice places. And like, I don't go there often, but like randomly, I just had a credit for a free juice. And then I went to get on the train and I had a ticket in my app that I had paid for last time that never got like checked or whatever the word is. Like the ticket hadn't been activated, right? So like then I got a free train. Like it's like that kind of stuff seems so random and bizarre, and you can trust that that is lining up when you're in the energy and the focus and in the intentional mindset of things are working out for me. And I will invite you to look at, okay, even in the challenging times, how is this working out for me? And when you give yourself permission to see what is working out for you in that space, then you will just be in constant creation and love. And you can trust that like things are working out for you. It will make the challenge or the struggle or the out of alignment feel less hard, right? Then you just know like, oh, This is giving me perfect contrast to know exactly what I do want. It's making my desire that much stronger, and it's giving me an opportunity to come back to what I want to decide is the truth for me. And literally, like, I will tell you that I created this belief. Honestly, I think it came from Abraham Hicks, but I've been thinking and believing and like actively practicing this thought, which has now become a belief for years. Like things are always working out for me. And now, because it's so in my bones, when I do give my focus to it, like literally things, air quote, pop out of thin air all of the time, right? So even if it doesn't feel true yet, just start investigating. How are things working out for me right freaking now? How can I love my life and what's being created right now? How is this working out for me? I promise this belief is worth your freaking time. Okay. I can't wait to hear how things are working out for you right now, how you start creating and attracting money, opportunities, all of the freaking stuff. So let me know. And the last thing that I will just remind you is that right now, applications are open for the Paradigm. It's a 6-month coaching container for coaching, community, and creation. And inside of the Paradigm, we're going to be creating the big shit you want to be experiencing, right? The life that you want to have is available to you right freaking now. And the only thing that's stopping you from it is your thoughts, your belief, and what you're currently believing is possible for you. All of that can be unwound with coaching. And from there, you can create so much more than you even know is available to you right now. So head to kellyyoungmanwellness.com/the-paradigm to submit your application. Applications are going to close December 15th. So you want to get your applications in as soon as possible because there's only 10 spots. And just know that literally after December 15th, there will be no more applications. Okay, we start in January. Get your applications in now and just decide that you want the life that you've been imagining and that it's available to you. Okay. If you have any questions, just book a launch call, kellyyoungmanwellness.com/launch. And I'll meet you back here for another episode. Bye. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, make sure to share it with a friend who is also an actor, singer, or dancer. You can also help spread the word by leaving us a review wherever you listen to podcasts in order to help people find this resource. Lastly, you can find me on Instagram at Kelly Youngman Wellness. And if you're interested in coaching, make sure to head to kellyyoungmanwellness.com/waitlist to join my list now. See you soon.